Hello.
Welcome to Hi guys. Welcome to
The channel.
Hi guys, and welcome to
The channel.
Today we will introduce
Heartless
which is
by Marissa Mayer.
which is my favorite book. Is it also your favorite book?
Well, I don't have any favorite.
Okay,
You
then
can
skip. Okay. So, and also, while discussing about this wonderful book, we have this. Do you call this bubble tea or milk tea?
Milk tea, bubble tea. I don't,
Milk bubble tea.
But when I bought it, it said bubble tea, so it's kind of weird. But it's,
In Korean, it's called 흑당 bubble tea,
Which,
which means black sugar bubble tea. And they put in a lot of ice. Like, I'll tell a story. Can I tell a story?
yeah.
Because one time I asked for less ice, and they said, "Oh yeah, sure." But the amount that you get might decrease. So I was like, okay, just give me the ice, whatever.
I'm gonna give him half.
I just
Okay.
kinda said. So anyways, we gotta mix.
That's good stuff. That's
So-
good stuff.
Shush.
Mm-hmm.
So first, introducing ourselves. Do I say my name?
Do we say our names?
Hi guys, my name is Grace,
My name is Gloria.
and today we are doing a book review on this book called Heartless.
Did we already say that?
Yeah, but we might edit that part out, so just shut. Anyways, so please introduce this book for us, Miss Gloria.
Okay, so, well, it's romance. It's a very good romance book.
Introduce the book for us.
Okay,
Who's the
so
author?
the author is Marissa Mayer. She's a New York Times bestselling author of the Lunar Chronicles. If you have read it, please, I like it too. Anyways, so
And
the
she
main-
wrote many other. She wrote many other books,
I mean,
and
I just
those
said
books
that.
were also very enjoyable. But this book is very, how should I say, heart
don't spoil it now.
touching. And the genre is fictional
I
romance.
just-
Yeah, we gotta make this more orderly.
Okay, whatever.
Shut up. Shush. Sorry.
Okay, so an introduction to this book. The author, her other series were about like Cinderella, Red Riding Hood, and like
Like a rewritten version.
yeah, rewritten version, like
Like a modern
futuristic enhanced version. And this is like one of those, but it's Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. So the author wanted to do
Wait, what did? Who's Lewis Carroll?
the author Alice in Wonderland. Are you crazy? You don't even know that? I'm sorry. I apologize. She is uneducated. Yes. Okay. It's okay. Can you go on to the summary now?
Okay. So this book starts with a young girl. Her name's Catherine. Her last name is
Pinkerton.
Pinkerton. And she's like a daughter of the Marquess. Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know.
Marquess and the Marquessness, I think. I think that's how to say it.
Mhm.
And she loves baking.
She
But
loves
her
baking.
parents disapprove of her baking.
She's so good at baking.
Like how my parents disapprove of my yeah. Anyway, she's really good at baking, and her dream is to open a bakery.
With her
With-
maid, Marianne.
Yes. However, her parents do not approve of it, and be quiet. And the thing that her parents want, they want her to marry the king. And as you all know, in Alice in Wonderland, the King of Hearts is not. Oh yeah, they live in a place called Hearts. You know, Queen of Hearts, King of Hearts.
Everyone knows Alice.
Yeah, anyways, the King of Hearts is not a very clever, mature person.
He's very childish, but he loves the main character, Catherine. Catherine?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Catherine.
He loves the main character, like he really likes her, but then she doesn't like him a lot. And then from now on, do we do the spoilers?
Yes.
Spoiler alert! This is where it gets spicy, guys, okay?
If you don't want to hear spoilers, don't listen to this part and just skip.
So, she likes baking, right? And then she went to this ball at the very first part of the book. She goes to this ball. She's late to this ball, right? And she goes to
It's a
this
black and white ball.
with the black and white ball. But then her mom forces her to wear a red dress, a bright red dress, to make her stand out. But she doesn't know that, right? So she went to the ball, and everyone's like, oh, why are you dressing like that? Why are you in red? It's a black and white ball, right? And then she's just like, oh, I didn't know. And then the king comes out, and then they're all like lovey-dovey. But then Catherine's just like, I don't like this person. It's okay. And then the other main character comes out, and his name is Jest. G-E-S.
You jest!
Yeah, anyways. So, he is the main character. One of the main characters. He's a guy character. He's the main guy character.
And like all main guy characters, they fall in love.
Yes, they fall in love. Anyways, advice later, right? So, he comes out as a court joker. And he's just doing all these magic tricks, you know? Like, impressing the people of hearts. And they all like him. And then the king is about to propose to Catherine. And then Catherine freaks out and she runs away.
And she faints. And the guy finds her unconscious. So he helps her, the guy meaning the Joker, just. And she kind of like starts having feelings for him. And like the middle part of the story is all about how the king is kind of like professing his love to her.
Love you. No.
She's like trying to reject him, but she can't, because her parents are kind of forcing her to marry him. And she's also like in love. She starts to fall in love with the Joker, with Jest.
Her parents don't force her to marry him, but they're like, we want you to be happy, and they're just trying to, they are thinking that she's going to be happy with the king, but she's not, right? So like, yeah.
Yeah, what she really wants to do is like open a bakery.
Yeah, that's like all she wants to do.
And so there's also like this monster that comes out.
The Jabberwock.
Yeah, there's a monster that comes. What is it? Yeah, the monster kind of comes out every often.
Not every often. It came out like 4 times.
It comes out and like torments the people. And the thing that annoys Catherine is that even
He
though the King of Hearts is the king, he doesn't do anything about it.
And lift up the most important part.
What?
Hata.
Yeah, there's also, you know, the
So you meet the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. His name is Hata, right? And he has white hair and he's very handsome, as described in the book. And so Jest sneaks Catherine out of her house in the night, and then they go to a mad tea party. And then they meet the Mad Hatter for the first time, and you just fall in love with all the characters. And then you're introduced to stuff, and then she's doing stuff, and then they get to like each other. And then they're doing stuff more, and they have a tea party, more stuff, and then the Jabberwock comes out and the lion dies, okay? And then Catherine's like very, oh, so sad, my heart. But then the king does nothing even when his civilians are dying. So she gets mad at the king.
Yeah. So skip to the end.
Wow.
Cause
In the
end, Catherine promises Jess to not. Oh.
Okay.
Wait, no, that part I think you guys should read for yourselves.
We should explain
No, okay, so
about chess.
quick guy, Jest is this. He's a rook. He's from the land of chess. And you know how in chess the black and white are always fighting against each other? But in this book it's white and red.
Yeah.
And Jess is on the white queen's side. However, the thing is, a white queen is a bit like the King of Hearts. She's kind of, you know, sunhae a little bit. Not that mature.
Not crazy, but like
naive. And so the king of chess tells Jest and his fellow companion, which is Raven, to go
Raven.
To Hearts and
Raven is Raven.
and steal the heart of the queen.
Oh, Raven also likes to talk in poems, like rhyming. Yeah, random information. Yeah, so their mission was to steal Catherine's heart because they thought that she would be queen, but then she wasn't queen because time kind of messed them up. And also, by the way, the Mad Hatter is running from time because his ancestors grew mad and they...
Anyways, he's from chess, and you know, the thing is, he was going to steal her heart, but then he fell in love with her, which was all unplanned. And in the end, like, in the near end, Catherine promises Jess to say no to the king when he proposes.
Before that, she gets hurt. She breaks her ankle, and then Jess like takes her to a place where there's treacle and treacle. Anyways, so and then she drinks the treacle, and then you are introduced to the three sisters, which names are I don't know, Trish, Elise.
Anyway, there's three sisters.
Yeah, and then they're like the time sisters. Like they're stuck there, and then they just do stuff, and then that's very important. They're very important.
Hey, just to the end. They don't need to know all of these. So in the end, yeah, Catherine promises to say no, and then I forgot what happened. But then Marianne, the maid, she kind of betrays Catherine.
Kind of. No,
And so Jess gets caught, and he gets sent into prison.
because Marianne was worried for her.
Yeah, but I don't like Marianne. Consequently, they began to run away. So they start to
They
go.
don't run. Oh yeah,
They go to the mirror.
with Hatta and Raven. They run away together because Catherine was Catherine was like, I will give you my heart. But they were like, no, you're not the queen anymore. So, and then she goes like, okay, I'll just go and be queenie. You know, like,
Oh yeah. She says she'll go and become the queen in chess.
because you know chess, like the pawns, they can become queens
Yeah.
when they go to the...
So they're going to do that, but then while almost going to chess, all of a sudden, Catherine hears a scream.
No!
And she hears a scream of Marianne, and so she runs toward. No, we don't need to say that. No.
Prophecy.
Yeah, it's okay.
Prophecy.
She runs, and she sees that her maid, her friend, her betrayer is in trouble.
Bro.
So they go, but then while they're like fighting, Catherine kills the Jabberwock, but then
Which ends up to be...
Peter Pumpkin's wife,
And Peter Pumpkin is...
the killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and spoiler. This is a big spoiler. If you don't want your hearts to be broken, I really recommend that you skip this part unless you've already read the book. But
Just die!
yeah, Peter Pumpkin chops off his
The
head with an
perfect
axe.
just.
So
And the
Catherine's-
prophecy becomes true. Mad, martyr, monarch, murderer, right?
yeah, anyways, Jess dies and Catherine's heart is broken. So she goes.
Yeah, I don't.
She goes and demands. Oh, she marries the king, and she demands that Peter Pumpkin be executed. But because the king has such a frail, innocent heart, he says no. But then the queen. Wait,
What the heck?
was
No.
she first?
Don't listen to him. Okay. Her. Okay. This is what happened. Catherine, she becomes evil, and then she makes a trade with the three sisters, and then she's like, I'll give you my heart because they're dying, they need a heart, right? I'll give you my heart, and then you bring Peter Pumpkin to me, and I will kill him, right? And they're like, oh, okay, give me your heart, right? So they go to the courtroom, and then they bring the Peter Pumpkin, and she's like, I give you my heart, and they give the heart, and then the three sisters are like, and then she uses Raven, who was the prior White Queen's executioner, to be her executioner, and then she says the phrase. Say it. The phrase. Say it.
This is
The
good
phrase.
stuff.
The phrase. Bruh! Say it.
We're gonna get fat.
I'm waiting for you to say it.
Off with his head.
She says the phrase. And then they kill Peter Pumpkin.
And she lets them take her heart out of her chest.
Wow.
So now because she becomes a heartless queen of hearts that we all know in Alice in Wonderland. So it's kind of like this romantic and sad and depressing behind story of the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland.
She thinks Marianne is evil.
No, not
She-
evil. Just that if she didn't exist, nothing would have happened.
She blames everything on Marianne. And me, I think it's everyone's fault except for Jess. So it was really cruel for the author to just murder Jess because he was the single one most innocent person in the whole entire book. Hatta, because of him, the pumpkin seeds turned Sir Peter's wife into the Jabberwock. We didn't explain that.
We don't need to explain.
Okay. And then Catherine, she went back from Marianne. And Marianne, she went to Sir Peter. And that's why he died.
It's a very sad book. I think this is the first book that I read, and while I was reading, I cried. Yeah. I actually cried at the end of this book.
She doesn't cry.
Because it was
She
so
never
sad.
cries.
Because, like, it's like the author kind of like, it's like, it's like the Nicki Minaj, chatty. It's so, it's like, it gives you goosebumps, it makes your heart go like, book, book, book. And then in the end,
Heartless, guys.
yeah, that's why it's called Heartless, because she is like without heart. I think I read this book maybe more than 7 times.
No, I did not 7 times.
Probably more than 7 times.
No, not 7 times.
Yeah, probably.
You probably read like 4 times.
Anyway, it's my favorite book up to this day.
The Lunar Chronicles are pretty good too.
But I like this book better
Why do you recommend this book?
because it makes you fall in love with the second main character.
Yeah, the first main character is just kind of... Catherine is kind of like, she's likable and all, but you just really read it for the chemistry between her and Jess.
But
And Hatta. Hatta's amazing.
the thing about this book,
But Hatta hates Catherine. Makes you hate Catherine.
the thing about this book, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay. Alright, usually in these kind of romance books, there's always like a
Happy ending?
yeah, happily ever after, Cinderella, Ariel, Snow White, they kiss, they marry, happily ever after. But not this book. There is no happy ending.
Oh,
And that kind of makes it very unique because, the main character's boyfriend dies.
Not even boyfriend. They're like engaged nearly.
And why would you recommend this book?
Me? Because it's just an amazing book. The author is just really good at writing.
Why else would she be the New York Times bestseller?
But the one thing that I didn't like was... I know that everyone has to hate Catherine. But, like, that's so sad for the main character. Like, the only person who likes her a lot is Jess. And, like,
The king.
Okay, the king. And then, like, everyone else just, like, hates her. Like, Hatta, too. Like, he was, like, tolerating her because of Jess.
That's sad.
It's so sad. And then, like, in the end, he just rejects her, like, outright. But I understand. It is kind of her.
She deserved it.
Yeah, she deserved it. Like, you don't really like the main character in this book. The first is, like, you love her. And then, like, afterwards, like, why is she acting like this? But then she's the Queen of Hearts, so, like, the author had to make her like that. But Jess, you read it for Jess.
Like, the first half is really nice.
But
Anyways, it was a really good book. So out of 10, how many points would you give this book?
10? 9.5.
9.5.
That's actually pretty high. 9.
If it wasn't for the ending, I'd give it like a 10 out of 10.
No, because of the ending, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. I just don't like how she structured the character.
I think I'd give it like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, 9. Maybe 9.
Maybe 9.25. So that was it for today. For today, we summarized this Heartless, which was borrowed by our school library. Please, 기대해? What's 기대해 in English?
Oh my god.
Have high expectations. Expect us. Expecto Patronum. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day today. It's the day after Christmas. Hope you had a wonderful
Christmas, Adam.
Hope you had
Eve, Christmas.
Hope you had a wonderful holiday with lots of presents and lots of ching ching. Sadly, we didn't get any of the ching ching. Stay safe, stay warm because these days it's very cold. Unless you're living in like the Philippines
Or here. It's like not cold.
or Hawaii. Anyways, hope you guys have a good day today. Hope you guys study well. Get ready for school starting in a few months. Bye bye. This was the channel. This was the channel.